day, and welcome to today's NASCAR HD Team Cam conference call with Roy McCauley. To ask a question, please press star 1. We will now take your questions. Take our first question from Pete Pistone with Racing One.
Hi, Roy. Ryan kind of struggled in the last few years at Texas with the exception of a good run last fall. What can you guys learn from that experience to translate to help you guys this weekend?
Well, you know, Texas is a pretty big challenge, obviously. Last fall we had a good run. Obviously that was with the car of yesterday, or the old style car, so to speak. The one thing we can always take away from Texas, though, is there's certain things you have to deal with. You have to deal with the bumps off 2. You got to deal with the bumps in 3 and 4. It's a challenging racetrack in that respect. And some of those problems aren't going to go away. They may even be accentuated with the COT. So the biggest thing we're going to be focusing on is working on our ride quality, working on our damper packages, and trying to get the balance correct to come off the corner. And I don't think the problems are going to be a whole lot different than what we've had in the past. It's just going to be the magnitudes with which you see them. And we'll be attacking that head on and not trying to reinvent the wheel, so to speak.
Is Ryan comfortable with the new car and the 2 times you guys have been on the intermediate track? He's kind of told us he feels like you guys are making progress with the new car.
Absolutely. We didn't have the best run in Vegas that I wanted to have, but in California we were a top 10 car. In Atlanta, I feel like we were a top 10 car. We got into an accident in Atlanta. Not really any fault of ours, but we ended up as being the recipient of it. But certainly, I feel like we're making progress. We're not where we want to be yet until we're, chasing down Carl Edwards and guys like that for the lead. It's not where we want to be, but we certainly are making gains on it and developing as quickly as we can. I would say that, like I say, we're a top 10 car, and with our further development that we've been doing in the last couple weeks, hopefully we can be a top 5 car.
Last question. Obviously, Atlanta and Texas are very similar. Any concerns at all about the tire situation this weekend?
Well, no, I really don't have any concerns because it's the same for all 43. I understand that there were some concerns in Atlanta, pre and post race. Somebody still won the race. We all still were there, and it's a situation we have to deal with. Goodyear's done I think a really good job of actually trying to react to a lot of differing situations. We did a tire test at Darlington and had some good success there, provided them with the information so that they can go off and make a decision. I'm pretty confident that Clint Boyer and Juan Pablo Montoya did a good tire test in Texas when they did it in January, and that Goodyear took that information and provided us with the best tire they possibly can.
Roy, appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
As a reminder, that is star 1 to ask a question. Next, we will hear from Rusty Baldwin, NASCAR Media.
Hey, Roy. Just first question. We'll talk to you about the 500. Can you go back and describe to me your thought pattern and just what was going through your head there that last lap of the 500?
The last lap of the Daytona 500, what was going through my head? I really don't know, to be honest with you. I think that I sort of zoned out a little bit, but my biggest concern was that we were going to have a last lap accident on the backstretch as everybody was jockeying for position. And once I saw us get down the backstretch and Kurt get his run up behind us, I was pretty confident that we were going to have a good finish. But really coming off of 2, I was halfway expecting a big pile up and have a big smoking hole down in the entry of 3. But we made it through, and once we got to turn 3, I was pretty excited.
Can you talk to me a little bit about Darlington? I think it was Jeff Gordon this past weekend. He said that repaving a racetrack could be one of the most difficult things for drivers and teams to have to deal with. Can you talk a little bit about Darlington and what y'all expect when you go there in May?
First of all, I need to compliment the Darlington administrative crew and the people that run the track there. They did a fantastic job of repaving that track. They took several million surface points to replicate what was there, and very interesting because the track is exactly like the old Darlington, with banking, with the grooves, with the lines. The difference is there's a lot more grip, and that's the challenge that Jeff was referring to, because the test that we did was very good. We provided Goodyear with a lot of information. They got to make a decision as to what they're going to do. I feel like they're going to make the safe decision. And I can't really fault Goodyear in any way for things they've done in the past, because they're going to make the decision that's the safest for the drivers. I remember the tire wars from the mid-'90s and the early 90s, and there was several drivers with broken feet, broken legs, and things of that nature. And I have no desire to go back to that. I'd rather have a safer tire than one that is questionable. And I'm pretty confident after our test that Goodyear has all the information they need to bring back the best tire possible.
All right, and next question, we'll be going back to Richmond here shortly. Now, we've raced the new car, I guess, now at Martinsville, 3 times, and Richmond twice. Are we better prepared for the Richmond race with this new car because of all the practice and race and experience that we've had, as I say, some of these tracks that we're just going to for the first time?
Absolutely. I would love to tell you that our Martinsville race last week was the culmination of the first 2 Martinsville races that we did with the COT, but unfortunately we missed a little bit last week. We tried a different direction than what we had last year, trying to get better. We obviously weren't, and we'll be taking a step back and re-examining what we did. Going into Richmond, I feel like we do have a lot of good direction from the COT from 2007. I believe Ryan finished 5th or 4th at Richmond in the fall, and I believe he had a good finish in the spring. Just escapes me at the moment. But certainly the 2 races that we did last year at Richmond give us good direction, and we have a little more confidence going into that race. That's why a lot of the teams elected to test Phoenix only and not worry about going to Memphis or Milwaukee before going to Richmond and focus on their intermediate program, because we had experience from 2007.
All right. Again, good luck this weekend. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.